Step 4, exploring data. So we have already read in the dataset into R, and in the next step what we want to do is we want to clean the data. So if we have the dataset available in CSV, a plain text file, what R tries is to guess what's the correct format for each of the variables. So it will try to guess what is a metric variable, what is a categorical variable, but there are certain things it might not be able to know, and we'll need to add this information to have every variable in the dataset coded in the correct way. And what we will look at in this data cleaning section now is the variable income, and we want to look at income 2. That's a categorical variable in R. We extract this variable and we look at the levels. So the levels in R means these are the categories we have defined, and we see that income 2 is a categorical variable with 5 levels. So when reading in that dataset into R, the function read.csv was able to decide that this is a categorical variable and not a metric variable, but it could not decide on it being an ordinal variable, so that there is an ordering, and also the order of the levels are not correct. So they are by default alphabetically ordered, which means that earning more than 120k is the second category, whereas we would want it to be the last category, and we would also want to have the income 2 variable in VAC as a ordered variable, to have it correctly specified. So what we are doing now is we want to recode, so reorder the levels and create new categorical variable which has ordering, which means it's an ordinal variable. So what we are doing first is we are extracting the levels and put it into the object itself, and we are now reordering by getting this from the second position to the last position. And this is, we're using the subsetting in R. We say we want to have the first object in that vector, the third, fourth, and fifth, and the second object last. So this will give us the categories in the correct ordering: earning less than 30k, earning between 30 and 60k, 60 and 90, and so on and so forth. So this is now the levels in the correct order, and we can now create an ordinal variable with the correct ordering of the categories using the function factor. We put in the data and we specify the levels of this factor, of this categorical variable, and we use the right ordering of the levels. And then the function factor also has an argument ordered, which by default is false, which we set to true to indicate that this is not a nominal but an ordinal variable. So this creates now a new categorical variable, which is an ordinal variable in R. And before overwriting the income 2 variable in the data frame buck, what we are doing is we want to check if we did the recoding correctly. So we create a table of the original and the new variable. And we see that we have a one-to-one mapping between the 5 categories in the original and the 5 categories in the new variable. And for the new variables, they are now in the correct ordering. So it's fine to proceed and to override the variable income 2 in the dataset VAC with this correctly coded variable inc2.